Alright, what is up YouTube? Alien Horizon 02 here, playing some Kirby 64 Crystal Shards. What we're going to be demonstrating in this video is going to be all of the boss challenges, so basically going through each and one of the bosses, which is going to start off with obviously Whispy Woods, Pix, Acro, HRH, and HRE, Magman, Miracle Matter, and of course O2 when you get 100% completion in the game. And before we get any further guys, don't forget to give a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, would like to see more, and hit the bell to receive notifications. Also leave a comment down below, let us know what you thought of this video, and let us know if there's anything in particular for Kirby 64 Crystal Shards you would like to see. But so let's start off. So we got Whispy Woods right here. It's not too difficult to beat him. Basically, he's got the 3 mini trunks like walking around. You got to destroy them while he's shooting out apples. They're pretty easy to dodge, and you can use most power-ups and abilities to basically get rid of them. And then he sends out the roots, and then you can hit the roots with some items one time and some other items twice. Obviously, this one right here, you can hit him twice for each time that he sends it out. And that is going to be the end of Whispy Woods, and we are going to be moving on to Pix. Level 2 at Rockstar. So basically this one comes out at first, and then 2, and then 3, and you gotta dodge them all the way until you get to the top of this tower thing, and then you can actually fight them and hit them with any power that you would like. Before we get to the rest of this boss battle, guys, check out all the other Kirby content that we got going on right now. We just created a playlist for this specific game. We're probably going to go back and do a couple Kirby videos for the NES. We're currently working on an all ability and power-up videos, as well as an all crystal location videos to go along with our walkthrough, as well as our other content with the bosses and stuff that we have posted already. So don't forget to check that out, guys. And we're going to get all the way to the top now, where you can actually attack these guys. This is one of my particularly favorite power-up combinations. It's called the Snare. And obviously we are just using the needle and the boomerang, and it's a pretty good one, and it's pretty effective. It absorbs most attacks. However, the drops that these things drop, that Pix drops, it doesn't actually do any damage to that, so you can fucking get hit with it basically and it'll hurt you. Alright, moving on to level 3, Aqua Star. This is going to be the battle against Acro, which is basically the fish. So I show a little bit of content of using the snare against him, which is pretty useful in the first sequence of fighting him, but then you gotta fight him while you're going up and down and swimming up. So it's not the greatest thing to have unless you want to swim all the way to the bottom. But the bomb is definitely the #1 that I would recommend for this. There's a lot of good power-ups in this game, but the bomb's probably one of the most effective for fighting the fish, and that's the one that I like to use the most, so I'm going to show a little bit of that content as well. Particularly for this sequence, which is the second part of that. Easy to use because the bombs just drop right down on them, and it's pretty effective. And that's the end of Acro, pretty easy. So this is one of my favorite ones. This is going to be Magman. And the snare is definitely really effective on this one. You can use a couple different power-ups. There's some power-ups that also don't do anything against this, that are pretty much usually base ones. The double electric, I'm pretty sure, doesn't do anything on here. But this is perfect because it can hit them multiple times during the first sequence of your encounter with Magman, and then also during the second sequence it's pretty useful too. He only uses a couple attacks in the first sequence, so it's not that big of a deal. This one he'll jump across the screen and use, I think, about 3 attacks, but most of them are pretty easy to dodge. Alright, now moving on to HRH and HRE. This is going to be HRH, which is also the first battle sequence of this one, which is level 5. He shoots out missiles, he also does the 2 arm attacks, and then he also has a laser attack. And once you get pretty used to dodging them, then it's pretty easy. This is one of the most useful combination ability power-ups that I suggest using, which is obviously the needle and the bomb. Pretty effective for using against this one. Especially during the second sequence, you can just float a little bit above him and then just hit him right there. You have to be in the lower front of him to do any damage. Anywhere else you hit him, it won't actually do anything. And when he gets about the halfway, he does his thing and then realigns himself, but you can take damage from him landing on you that way. Alright, now moving on to Miracle Matter. So we're going to go a little bit into the story of the game and just kind of describe what was going on throughout the game series. If you haven't checked out the cutscenes in the long play, we're going to explain some of that. But basically, for Miracle Matter, all you have to do is use the attacks that he's using at that time and throw them back at him, or use that power up. Otherwise, they're not going to do anything and he'll shield it against you. And you'll fight him without him getting 100%, then you'll just get a normal cutscene where the evil power is still kind of hanging around. But if you do get 100% and collect all 3 crystal shards in each level and defeat all the bosses, plus the 2 you get in the cutscenes, then you have enough to fight O2, which is the boss after this. But as we're doing that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and explain some of the storyline behind Kirby Crystal Shards. Also wanted to give a shout out to fandom.com for providing this description of the story for Kirby Shards 64. In the description below I posted a link for the site that I got this from as well if you guys want to check anything else out for Kirby Crystal Shards 64 that I haven't already posted. That's a great website. They got a lot of information on it, and that is going to be in the description, so don't forget to check that out as well. But here we go on the story of Kirby Crystal Shards. On the planet of Ripple Star lives a group of kind and peaceful fairies. The planet itself is protected from danger by the power of the Great Crystal, which watches over Ripple Star. This power, however, draws the attention of Dark Matter, who wishes to use the Great Crystal for its own evil agenda. Its gigantic mass attacks and searches for the crystal, blackening the sky and sending the fairies into panic. In response to the threat Dark Matter presents, the Queen of Ripple Star orders a fairy named Ribbon to take the crystal to a safe place. Ribbon tries to fly away with the crystal in tow, but is stopped by 3 orbs sent by Dark Matter. The crystal shards shatter into 74 shards scattered throughout several planets, and Ribbon crashes onto planet Popstar. Kirby finds 1 shard and gives it to Ribbon, whereupon the 2 set out to find the others. Once Kirby and his friends collect every crystal shard and defeat Miracle Matter, Dark Matter flees Ripple Star and explodes. The victory is cut short, however, as the crystal detects a powerful presence of Dark Matter energy within the Fairy Queen and expels it from her, manifesting over the planet to create Dark Star. Kirby and his friends infiltrate Dark Star, and King Dedede launches them up the challenge O2. Kirby and Ribbon, armed with the crystal gun, destroy O2 and the Dark Star. So that's basically what's happening in the game. After you get 100% crystal shards, you face the real final boss, and that is the end of the game. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see more videos like this, let us know in the comments down below, and thanks for checking it out. Baby, this song make you dance. Staying up till we see the day.